Hello, hello, hello. This is Vaz, and welcome back to the best game ever. Now, as you can see, I have a thing that allows me to choose what fruit comes out of the bush, and I chose the pear because it's the highest that I can go. I don't know how many layers there are to this, like how many walls I can break down, but I'd like to assume that I can try and break down as many as I can in this video. What to go with? I'd say vacuum capacity. That would be great. Day 125. Yay. Goodbye, chair. Also, definitely should have the hole go around here at some point. Is there any, I was going to say videotape. Maybe videotape? Cassette tape? Any of that here? I don't want to just miss it by accident. But if I do, I can maybe just rewind if I somehow remove it from existence by putting it in the hole. Goodbye, fruit. Hello, money. And the juice is out. And so are these walls. So many kiwis. No, not enough kiwis. Also buy table. No trees allowed. Nothing but me and all these fruit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm expecting something to eventually come out and just attack me. Alrighty, what should we get? Yeah, that should be good. Anyway, day 126. Can I swallow this bus up with my hole? Only one way to find out. Go hole. Go towards the van. Bus or whatever it was. Yes. Yes. Goodbye, tree. Haha. And now you're a banana. It's almost payday. I should buy more bananas, even though a lot of them just weren't used. Didn't help that I had to, I think, go out of town for a bit. I need to plan my banana budget better, and also my bananas. No. But I mean, okay. Oh, there we go, I guess. Yeah, I can't get the van, but I'll definitely get that. Been making some really nice real-life fruit smoothies. And the bananas definitely add a lot. I think the worst has been kiwis. Maybe I'm just not a kiwi person. Oh, yes! Bye! Ooh, yes. Oh, that looks nice if I can ever shoot. There we go. I have an abundance of peaches. Maybe I can sell them. Give me the money. I still expect something to eventually come out and kill me. Go, fruit. Multiply. Make all the children. And that is always satisfying to watch. And the hole grows larger. Yay. Do I need more smoothies after what happened before? Yes, because I don't have to make a very specific one. Maybe I should get some peaches for some fruit smoothies. I mean, peach yogurt? I mean, yogurt's always good in a smoothie. So now it's time for a voiceover. And let's start it off with making another banana buddy. I chose to rewind with my new banana buddies. Thanks to them, I made a lot of money on day 1. However, I'm not going to narrate me starting from the beginning. Hey look, a tape!
I entered the building and disabled the security system. We've had recent issues with our passwords being shared and figured it would be a plausible explanation for a break-in.
Anyway, we are back to where we were. Enjoy some fruit going into a hole sounds. So it appears I forgot to shoot this black star. Problem solved. I chose to spend the next little bit setting my hole to cause chaos. I still had issues with the houses, however. I used the sledgehammer to reveal what was actually the final layer of the game. As my commentary will reveal later, I had no idea if there was any more to this. A lot of this confused me, especially the taxi at the time, and there was this mysterious star door that I needed a key for. So it's been a few days, and now I'm 31. Huzzah, because my birthday was on the 28th. And Yeah, I've been playing this for about over 5 hours, despite, I think, everything so far in terms of videos being just a little over an hour at this point.
So as I was editing, I noticed that OBS stopped recording the game's audio, and I'd already beaten the game. So let's just have a nice voiceover with the occasional moment of my commentary mixed in.
Okay, so in terms of the Black Stars, we have that weird taxi. Would this count as anything?
My goal was to get every ending, and I was positive that getting all the Black Stars would help.
Blue pin equals submit.
I also noticed the star key, so money was another priority.
Even if I don't know where I am, I can still find the smoothies.
I finally decided to get the Bibble. I underestimated just how important this would be to getting one of the endings. This room would be why. I needed a golden variant of every single fruit. So naturally, I ignored the room for a bit, as I also wanted to send everything down the hole. After destroying more of the environment, that is when I discovered the secret.
Oh, that is fascinating. Hold on. We're going back over here for a moment.
When you place a golden fruit in the room, it stays. It doesn't go away the next day. After some time and a few days, I finally completed the puzzle. Yay! As it turns out, Barry wanted to make some changes to the show. The stop motion was far too expensive and parents were complaining about the show being too scary. At some point, 11 people, including a librarian, a daycare worker, and a kindergarten teacher, had vanished over the past year and a half. All connected because of a Ms. Rainbow's Berry Patch VHS tape recovered from the Starshine Studio fire. The tape is believed to be a calling card. There was no sign of forced entry, just the VHS tape.
Maybe there's more to the story, but it seems like Donna didn't take producers or whoever wanting to make changes well. So maybe she set fire to the place and kidnapped and poisoned Barry. I mean, it seemed like Barry was sympathizing with her.
I had decided to get the first ending.
Okay, well now I'm curious. What happens now? I unlock the door, stepped in, and I'll just float up here. Never mind. Oh, hey. Hi.
I went ahead and re-recorded the game audio for this ending.
Okay.
Hi there, little sprouts. Welcome to lesson time. Today, Miss Rainbow wants to talk about something very important. Something shiny. Can you guess what it is? That's
Is it
right.
money? Yay!
Money. Money can buy toys and snacks and big buildings with bright lights. But money can't buy happiness. Happiness grows on the inside, like a berry on a vine. And if you pull too hard, well, the vine snaps. Some people forget that. They start counting coins instead of counting smiles. They look at numbers and bottom lines instead of all the good they could do in the world. And sometimes they decide that if something doesn't make enough, it doesn't deserve to grow anymore. But gardens don't work that way. You don't rip out the roots because the harvest was modest. Because when greed gets hungry, it doesn't stop eating. And when it's done, there's nothing left but vacant worlds, vacant people. Just take a look at our new friend, Sprouts. What did they do? They destroyed our beautiful garden with their insatiable desire for more, more, more. Never content.
Wait, are we one of the
Always
producers?
More. Well, if they want to be a greedy little piggy, I can make that happen. So remember, little sprouts, happiness isn't something you buy. It's something we nurture together.
Jesus! We are now a piggy bank. What a great ending. Ending B, okay. After making it rain, I got more Berry Glitz bonus growth, and then began to figure out the pin puzzle from before. Okay. I need you to go a bit more over there, please. No, stop for a moment, but don't go too far. It may be hard to see, but that's a red square. You then have to count the pins leading from that picture to the blue pin, and that will be the answer to just one number you need. Never mind, I can't brute force it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I eventually got it and moved on. I don't know what to do. I'm going to assume that maybe I need to utilize the hole again, because there aren't any more upgrades to break the wall, so I think we're actually done with that. I decided it was best to move the hole. Maybe it had a purpose over there. I don't think we have enough time. The next day, I had better luck. Yay! Alright, let's get rid of this thing, because the last thing I want to do is look up the answer. I got rid of that thing, and got distracted. Wow, that corner is empty. Wow. Okay. Over here, please. I'm not done checking that yet. Oh, wait! My first attempt was not good. Turns out you can just destroy the wall. Well, that works. As I walked, the hallway just kept on going. Eventually, I was able to get to it. There we go. Yay! At this point, I was just missing 2 videotapes, with one of them just right there. On the floor, I found a parking receipt, and I guess I ignored the other piece of paper for now. Oh, that's a rock. Okay. And still nothing. Good. Destroy all the houses. They all must go. And guess what? So much empty. And also, I have 10k. When you get 10k stars, you are able to get another ending. Throwing this new fruit into the hole causes something weird to happen. I hate this. No. Oh wait, I can't bibble. I can't bibble. We got another ending. Yay. Okay, that's great. I like that. So we now have the 10k again. Let's just continue with destroying everything, as I'm unnerved. Clicking on the trash bin did a thing. Oh, hi. Alright, we found all cassette tapes. So this is April 10th Vaz, and as you can see, I have destroyed most of the environment. And because my game audio wasn't working on the 31st, I guess, I wanted to play each and every tape.
To whom it may concern. How do you start one of these? My name is Donna Bellinger, and I know what happened to Barry Pomeroy. This is my confession. Barry was my producer on Miss Rainbow's Berry Patch, the show I created and star in. The show was in trouble, financially and critically. I saw the writing on the wall, heard the rumblings from the studio. I knew I was on the chopping block. On Friday, April 12th, we had a short shooting day, and the rest of the crew was leaving early. Barry reached out to me via email that morning about staying later to talk about things. He knew that I already knew what the meeting was about. He wanted to have a face-to-face, so I began planning. We wrapped around 2:30 p.m. I told Barry I had to run a few errands, but I'd be back later to chat. I drove my car out of the studio parking lot around 3 p.m. I drove to my usual smoothie shop and parked in the paid lot nearby, making sure I kept the receipts for my alibi. Shortly after, I took a taxi back to the studio, dropping me off a few blocks away in case anyone saw me. I entered the building and disabled the security system. We've had recent issues with our passwords being shared and figured it would be a plausible explanation for a break-in. I am quite the horticulturist, or at least I like to think so. Inside my office, hidden in the back, is an Atropa belladonna, more commonly known as deadly nightshade. Ingesting even a single berry Why am I explaining this to you? It's in the name. I poisoned Barry's coffee. It was quicker than I thought it'd be. His mug clattered to the floor as he collapsed. We have an old orchestra pit below the soundstage. We repurposed for the puppeteers and prop storage, so I dragged Barry over, lifted the trap door, and scooted him in. I figured I had a few days tops before someone found him, so I tossed in a few more props, some gnomes, flamingos, that sort of thing, to cover him a bit. That was about where my original plans ended. I paced around the office before an idea struck me. I fabricated a ransom note. Surely that would lead the police away from the studio pit, at least long enough for me to figure out a long-term plan. I walked the 3 miles to where my car was parked and drove back to the studio. That's when I contacted the police. I explained I had just returned to the studio to find the ransom note, and Barry nowhere to be found. And this is where we're at. I'm recording this in my office, and I can't think of any reality where I get away with this. So many questions I've had to answer, reiterating where I was at what time and doing what with who. And I don't think they believe me anymore. Maybe I'm not as good of an actor as I thought. Or maybe I'm more comfortable playing Miss Rainbow than I am Donna Bellinger. I don't think I'm digging myself out of this hole. He deserved it. Barry deserved it. He wanted to sanitize my show, burn away my fingerprint from my own creation. The show would go on like I never existed. A rewrite? A recasting? A recasting of history? Reality! No, no, no. I'm the director of this story, and I haven't called cut yet. I'm going to bury under the scorched remains of this place. And no matter how deep you dig, you'll never find him. I'll make sure of it.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, hi, I wasn't expecting you either. This one first. Hey. Hello. Ooh. That's a nice place you have. I can't get out anymore. That's fine. What's going on? Oh no, they're multiplying! I mean, that's fine. Why not? Whoa! Whoa! Woo! Yay, gnomes forever! I don't get it, but I think it's because we got rid of all the gnomes. Yay! Gnome friends! Nom 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 nom. Okay, now there's one more. I love it. The last ending. Oh, hi. Okay. Wee. Well, hello, gnome. How you doing?
Hello, little sprout.
Hi.
Today, I want to talk to you about something very important.
I'm expecting you to jump
called
scare me.
Truth. But it seems like you already know the truth. I used to make
Yeah,
this
you
show because
went
I
nuts and
wanted
killed a
to
guy.
teach kindness. I wanted to help kids grow strong roots. But then, the studio decided my roots weren't exciting enough. They wanted bigger flowers, louder colors, someone more recognizable. They told me it was just business. I gave them everything I had. Songs, lessons, years of my life. Barry said it wasn't personal. It was the studio's decision after all. He lied. It was Barry's idea all along. He promised me I'd still belong here, here in the world I created. My world, not his. He has his other worlds. Popular, successful, critically acclaimed. His legacy was intact. His future secure. But what about mine? Barry took my garden and handed it to someone else. He buried my work. He buried me. He stopped me from teaching the children how to grow. So instead, I taught Barry Pomeroy how to rot. So here we are, where nobody will ever find us. In this world of my making. No producers, no studio heads, no financial reports. I make the rules here. But I can't do this alone. I need actors, characters, friends. You watched my tape. And now you're here to help create my vision for a brighter, sunnier world forever. Now, let's get out of this dark hole. What do you say?
How about no? Okay. Let's do this. Goodbye, Donna. So there we were, a group of newfound friends, seeing each other's real faces for the first time. And that damn tape. We talked about telling someone. The police, Barry's family, a psychiatrist, but we knew they wouldn't believe us. As for the tape, we tried burning it. Should have known that wouldn't do it. Took a hammer to it, even a chainsaw. Nothing worked. So we dug a hole. A deep, deep hole. And buried it where no one would ever find it. Seemed fitting. We still keep in touch, even outside of our trauma support group sessions. It's nice having new friends. Our counselor talked about the healing benefits of a relaxing hobby. Something you can really put your mind into. She recommended gardening. Oh no. Well, that should be every single ending. Finally, after 7.5 hours. What does the title screen look like now? It's pretty normal. Okay. So that's it. We've completed Barry. My final thoughts are, this was a lot of fun. I knew it was dark going in because you can tell from the first day that it's not going to be a nice adventure. I highly recommend it. Go and play it. Support the developers.